What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Danmachi. Now, today we're going to be talking about incoming banners. I know. We've had way too many. I mean, look, I've only got 2,500 Iris, okay? I legitimately have no room to be talking about this, but it definitely warrants a discussion, okay? If you pay attention, if you look over here, you will notice that the Freya Chronicle units are running out this week. Freya Chronicle is going to be gone really soon. And in its place, we are getting another regular load of banners. Now, this is to be expected. These are the Valentine's units. I've warned you guys these units are coming. And if anything is to be considered, they're probably going to be pretty good. I do see another possibility. They could be time limited. As you can tell, I was actually going through my older units. And just to double check myself, I was right. Yeah, most of the time, Valentine's units are time limited. Though I believe, and I'm going through my list from last year, I don't think we got any Valentine's units at all in 2021, aside from like a rerun. I think we only got a rerun, unless I'm just mistaken here. But the last time we did get Valentine's units, they actually were not time limited. They're in the general pool. They've been around. So if there's two camps here. They're either going to be non-time limited and exceptional, as a lot of the last few banners have been, or time limited and probably kind of mediocre. I mean, they're mostly for collection purposes. And question number one would be, which would you prefer? Now, I can honestly tell most people are probably going to be like, yes, please let it be time limited, but, you know, not really good units. Because there have been so many exceptional units in the game that it's just exhausting, frankly. Like, it has been completely nutty how many units we've gotten. Now, I will say I did drop a video the other day talking about, you know, CP rewards and all that, and how to farm Iris from that. If you're curious, like, for ways to farm a little bit more Iris before these inevitable round of banners come, definitely check that video out. It's actually the previous Danmachi video to this in the playlist. I'll also put a link in the description if I remember to, but odds are I probably won't. So, check the Danmachi playlist. It'll be the video exactly right before this one. So, the banners are coming, and there's no question about that. And they're going to be Valentine's Day. There's really no question about that. The real question is, are you going to be summoning even if they're really, really good? I'm going to farm some Iris. I feel like I've got quite a bit chilling here. I have not accepted rewards in quite a bit of time. Less. Maybe I did before this? Didn't think I did. It is what it is. So I do have some extra Iris that I can farm up and things like that. So I'm really not necessarily worried about that, at least from my perspective. More or less, I know that we have had banner fatigue, and I completely agree with you. I'm exhausted. And you can tell, I've told you guys to skip some really stellar banners. But Valentine's Day units tend to be pretty special. If they're time limited, they tend to be highly collectible, though the value that is, you know, entirely up to the eye of the beholder. Now, not time limited, you know, they start to really put a lot of stock into those these days. And while they are attainable through the general pool, which is really awesome for especially those of us that do the full course, man, it's really, really, really hard to justify and come by when every other week they have some great units. But here's some things I was thinking about that actually might be really interesting. Now, we already know we're going to get one really good Record Buster unit, and the next Record Buster is going to be geared towards that unit. So we have a Record Buster that's outgoing this week, and the really nice part about this Record Buster is I was able to set a pretty respectable score, and I've got even more sitting around ready to go in that team. But I was able to set a 900 mil score, and I've got like 1.2 billion that I could get out of it with a couple of really simple mods. And that's with a much older team. That's with like a Magic team that's not preferred, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. 15% assists, and so on. So, the next Record Buster will probably not be as forgiving. It's probably going to be an element that hasn't had a huge amount of love, or they're just going to like basically go ham and bolster a team that has no need to be bolstered. Either way, it's quite probable. Now, that's the Record Buster Unix. I think that's like the elephant in the room. That's the big one, and that's the one everybody's going to be kind of losing their minds about. The other half of this to think about, we just got a ton, and I mean a ton of stall units, which means it's about time for them to throw some ailments at it. So I wouldn't be shocked, now that Aphrodite's on the table, and we've seen some adventurer gods now, I wouldn't be shocked if we started seeing some more charm in the game. Just throwing that out there. We had the Freya Chronicle. We had a few opportunities where maybe Freya could have been an adventurer. We've definitely seen Aphrodite as an adventurer. There's every possibility they could throw another charm unit at us, which we've gotten a lot of units lately in the game that utilize charm in really interesting ways. Basically turn charm into something that, other units can use to hit exceptionally hard. I know that Aphrodite's counter is killer when it comes to charm. So having some more charm units in the team could, number one, bolster your ailment team. Two, allow some units to hit stupid hard. We got a unit not terribly long ago that actually gets a huge bonus for any unit that's charmed. Any unit that has or received that ailment, they hit really stupid hard. But we didn't get anybody with that unit that does charm. So it's about time they drop another charm unit on us. Valentine's Day is the perfect time. Who knows? The other half of it is they did a Xenos one. And they could very easily throw some more Valentine's Day Xenos units at us. We're talking about Fia. We're talking about Winnie. We're talking about any one of those units. To be fair, they already did that trope. But there's really no end or limit to what they can do. And I think it's pretty obvious when they drop a Winnie unit, people just... She's adorable. Come on. She's like the everybody's must protect. So it's quite possible they'll probably rerun that, no questions asked. They might do a part 2 of that or something in that regard. Who knows? And they're most likely going to link it to the White Day event that's no doubt going to be following in a month. If you guys don't know what White Day is, basically it's the Japanese, Japanese male vernacular of Valentine's Day. And typically on Valentine's Day, a female will make chocolates for the person that she's interested in, and then the traditionally male or whoever will reciprocate on, the month following. So I would expect that this event will probably last the full month. It'll probably be a pretty big event. There will probably be a part 1, part 2. And, maybe they'll be merciful. They'll give us the part 1 and then give us 4 weeks to really, think about it and consider it before dropping the White Day event. Man, I just realized how sweet would that be. A 4-week reprieve on banners. Please write flyer. Just if you don't hear anything else, we need a break. Our wallets, our iris, and frankly our souls hurt at this point. Give us the banners. Good banners. Maybe even time-limited banners. And give us the 4 weeks till White Day to really, really, really consider that. Because, after White Day, then we've got, I don't want to count April 1st because the April Fool's Day units are always hilarious and, they're collectible for what they are, but they're really not anything you use in battle. They're just, and it's like, 100 iris for a multi or something like that. It is what it is. But I do like to collect them. I do like to try to max them out just for the memes. They've got those. That is eventually incoming, and I will be spending some iris on that, just because I do like those units. I think they're hilarious. Don't ask me. I'm weird. We have all those things, and inevitably we're going to get a lot of the rerun banners then in May leading up to the anniversary. I mean, we're really not that far at this point from the anniversary. It's the beginning of February. By this time next week, it'll be the middle of February. Okay? That gives us March, April, May, and part of June. So beginning of June, they're going to drop that. So you're talking 3.5 months to prepare for the anniversary. So we really need some time to save. We really need some time to consider these things. And we really just need a reprieve at this point. Because if the current rate cannot keep up until the anniversary. Everyone's going to be broke. No one will have any Iris to spend on the anniversary, and that's really what most people save up for at this point. It introduces new meta, it bolsters, some some elements that generally needed, things like that. But I digress. Getting back to Valentine's Day, because that is what's on the horizon here in just a matter of days. Will you be summoning regardless, or do you have conditions for it? What do you anticipate? And do you honestly think we'll get at least 2, if not maybe hopefully 3-week reprieve before there's anything else? Because you guys know there's going to be a rerun too. Like, no questions. There will be a rerun. They're going to run this, and then they'll probably throw a rerun at us 2 weeks after. I'm not really going to count that as a banner, because it's not a new unit. When I talk about banners, I'm talking about brand new, fresh units, not, the Xenos Valentine reruns or anything like that. I'm talking legitimately, like, brand new units, new stories, and things like that. There will be a time, there will be a place. Give us Valentine's Day. 2 weeks later, give us the rerun, and let us relax. Please. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. That's just my little spitballing thought process and all this. Like, comment, and share, guys. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be back at you guys tomorrow with, hopefully, some good news. Please. See you then.